He is the fastest thing alive. He is the fastest thing alive. Man, imagine how different the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise would have been if that was the theme song. This is Rabdia's blog of Animation Bliss, and welcome to another Spotlight Cartoon Corner. So today's Spotlight cartoon that I'll be talking about today is Sonic the Hedgehog, also known as Sonic SATAM. So this series starts off with Sonic and his friends Bunny, Princess Sally, Rotor, Antoine, and Tails all staying in the city of Mobotropolis. One day, however, Dr. Robotnik ends up taking over the city of Mobotropolis, and he ends up throwing King Acorn into the void. And now that Dr. Robotnik has taken over Robotropolis, he ended up roboticizing most of the living beings in the city, which means that he turned most of the living beings into robots. Now it's up to Sonic and his friends, as they are now called the Freedom Fighters, to try to stop Dr. Robotnik's tyranny. So what are my thoughts on this show? I really love this show. This was like my favorite Sonic the Hedgehog TV series to watch when I was a kid, and I just love the series for its darkness and for its gripping storytelling and so many other things. So let's talk about what I did like about the show. So the first thing that I liked about the show was the premise. The fact that this show is about Dr. Robotnik becoming a tyrant and taking over the city of Mobotropolis and then turning all living beings into robots was really interesting to me, because it's such a dark take on the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, and it was one that was done very well. To be fair, this show came out during the time where the lore for the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise wasn't fully established yet, up until Sonic Adventure anyway, and so the people working on the Sonic the Hedgehog cartoons at this time had to come up with their own lore for this franchise. And so with this TV series, we have a setup with the backstory for Sonic is that he used to live in a city called Mobotropolis, but then Dr. Robotnik comes in and takes over the city and ends up roboticizing his Uncle Chuck, and so he has to become a freedom fighter to stop Robotnik's tyranny. And it's such an interesting take on Sonic's character, as he's still the heroic character that he is in the games, but now he has to stop Dr. Robotnik, who's a tyrant at this point, which is very different from his characterization in the games where he's just a mad scientist. So yeah, I really like this different take on the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, and I think it was done pretty well. Another thing that I liked about this show was the darker tone. As I mentioned before, the fact that this show takes place during the time when Dr. Robotnik takes over the city of Mobotropolis and starts turning living beings into robots was probably the darkest thing I ever seen come out of this franchise at the time. And I really love the fact that this has a much more darker and serious tone, because this really made the show very interesting for me to watch. And I always love watching shows that have like darker, edgier takes on the original source material. So the fact that this show was a much darker, edgier take on the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise was really interesting to me. And I think it was very well handled in the show, especially with how they put more emotional scenes in the show, especially with the scenes where Sonic is trying to get his Uncle Chuck back by trying to de-roboticize him, but he fails each time, and you get to see Sonic be upset over all this. So I really love the emotional moments in the show, and I think that the darker, edgier tone of this show really made the show stand out from the other Sonic the Hedgehog shows and the franchise itself at the time. And then another thing that I liked about the show was the relationship between Princess Sally and Sonic. Whether you like or hate Princess Sally Acorn, I think that her relationship with Sonic the Hedgehog is like one of the most heartwarming aspects of the show. Like, even though they argue with each other a bit, it's clear that they really love each other, and I really love seeing the heartwarming moments between Sonic and Sally. I also love how they both have very different personalities, like Sonic as the cocky and overconfident hero who tries to save the world, while Princess Sally is much more cautious as the one who strategizes everything in the team. And you do see them butt heads with each other occasionally because of their differences in personality, but at the same time they do care about each other, and I love how the show was able to make their relationship with each other so interesting. Now, there is a minor issue that I have with the show, and that's how they treated Tails. Now, don't get me wrong, during this time, Tails was mostly being portrayed as just Sonic's sidekick, and his more technical genius side doesn't really kick in until later in the 90s, and at least Season 2 attempted to make Tails more involved with the team. But at the same time, he was mostly left behind at Naho Village because he was so young, and again, there is a sense of realism to that, as Tails is a young child, and it wouldn't be smart to take a young child to such a dangerous mission. But at the same time, as somebody who loved Tails when he's like the smart genius who will help out Sonic whenever he can, it was a bit disappointing to see Tails keep getting left behind in the first season. So yeah, that's like my only minor gripe with this show, is that I wish that they used Tails a bit more in the show, or had him be more involved with the team in the show. Before I give out my overall thoughts on this show, I would like to let you guys know that there are affiliate links in the description box below if you want to buy any of the shows that I mentioned in this video. If you buy any of the TV shows mentioned in this video using the affiliate links in the description box below, then I will receive a small commission that would greatly help with this channel. So please feel free to use any of the affiliate links in the description box below if you want to add any of these TV shows to your TV collection. All aboard the Animated Social Media Express. Want to send some tweets my way? Then follow me on Twitter. Want to join our special animation community? Then join our Discord group, Animation Bliss. Want to see more updates on our YouTube videos? Then check out our Facebook group, Animation Bliss. Want to download on everything going on with this channel? Then check all of the above. And now, back to the video. But overall, I really love Sonic the Hedgehog Saturday AM. Why I wish that they used Tails a bit more in this series. I love the fact that this is like a darker, edgier take on the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. The storytelling was very well done, and I really love the relationship between Sonic and Princess Sally. And if you want to check out more adventures from the Sonic Saturday AM continuity, then check out the Archie comics. They're fantastic to read through, and the comics did a really good job at continuing the story from the Saturday AM universe. So if you love Sonic Saturday AM, then please check out the Archie comics. But yeah, if you want to check out a darker, edgier take on the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise with really good storytelling, then I definitely recommend Sonic Saturday AM. So those are my thoughts on Sonic Saturday AM, and tell me in the comments down below, have you seen Sonic Saturday AM? And if you have, did you like this show? Did you hate this show? And what's your favorite darker, edgier take on an animated series? Please let me know in the comments down below. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Rabbit's Blog Animation Bliss, and I'll see you guys later. Hey animation fans, like this video? If you want to see more animated content from this channel, then please hit that big old animated subscribe button so that you can get more awesome content from this channel.